Hey guys, how y'all doing? I'm here to give you guys a recap on the new episode of Just Because on episode 4. This episode right here, I'm really glad the way how it went was actually pretty smooth or slick for me, but at the same time, I guess it has its sad moments here and there. Now that I said it, be prepared for what's to come in this maybe small recap or something. So if anything else, let's just get this started. We have to it that Soma is training himself to get used to dogs while sending a picture to Morikawa, and it seems like to me he's still having trouble here and there with dogs when it comes to Mio's pet alone. And of course we have to it that Mio on the other hand did have a slight crush on Soma when he helped her out on a certain situation in the test. I don't know if it's just because of that or something, but I'm pretty sure there might be more to it to the story. But if that's the case, I guess that it looks really simple here and there. But guess I can't really blame her back then if it was just middle school. And we have to it that they talk to each other about who has a crush on who, and then there's a scene with Izumi and Komiya-san, who apparently has a little small talk about what does Eita like about Natsumi. And therefore he has no choice but to really give a confession of that when she took a picture of him when he was staring at Natsumi. And he ends up having no choice by saying, I just like her awkwardness. And pretty much like when she said, you better not tell her that. And then Eita's like, of course I'm not going to tell her that. What are you talking about? And we see to it that Komiya does give some word to advice to Izumi by telling Izumi you should go confess to Natsumi very soon, etc. But it's up to him. And we see to it that many people are gonna have their own free time, like going to a shrine, etc., or going here and there, while Soma and Morikawa are trying to get some alone time. Of course, Haruto, if that makes it easy for you if you want to remember him by that name, or Soma, I don't know. But we see to it that Natsumi and Eita, along with Noriko, decides to go to the shrine, but eventually Noriko ends up having to leave a little bit early ahead here and there, but etc. And of course, Komiya does send a lot of line text to Izumi by telling him hey, look, why don't you go out the present already and thank me later, etc. And we have to it that Morikawa and Haruto were having some good alone time, but I think there was a scene where I think some of Mio's friends does find we find Soma and freaking Morikawa together, and apparently that girl seems to dislike the quiet girl, which is Morikawa, which I'm trying to understand why. But whatever the case may be, like I said, we have to it that Eita and Natsumi decides to get their fortune about the good luck charms, which is pretty cool. And we see to it that Natsumi was just trying to cover things up by saying she just needs to focus on her exams, and we have to it that Eita tries to convince her you shouldn't really try to make exams as an excuse here and there. I can see what Eita is coming from, and I can see that he's trying to help, but I guess when it comes to times like this, when you have a certain crush, or you have someone that you might have liked for a bit, especially if it goes way back, if anything, it just may not turn out as well as you think. And this just shows the reality of it. We have to it that Eita was close to maybe confessing that he always cared about her, and pretty much tries to help her out because she's hurting right now. Because we know Natsumi had a crush or likes Haruto ever since middle school. And of course, Eita tries to help Natsumi out by talking to her, and he tries to say, I always cared about you, etc., but stopped maybe a little bit halfway and tries to tell her, don't say it's not my business. I always had my eyes on you, and so forth. But aside from that, Haruto does confess to Morikawa, but apparently Morikawa politely rejected him by saying, I'm sorry, I can't go out with you. And yeah, it really hurts, honestly. I mean, it really, really, really does. And we have to it that Haruto decides to go home while Eita decides to do the same thing. While I think Natsumi might look at that despair look on Eita's face, I think she might have like said something that might have like been a little bit worse or something after he went on home. She doesn't even know what to say or even think right now. Although like I could see where both sides are coming from, etc. I mean like it's like you have a crush on someone but they like someone else. It sucks. I mean, Haruto likes Morikawa, confessed to her, but gets downright rejected, which really sucks. And Natsumi, on the other hand, tries to cover it up with her exams and try not to get out mentally hurt, etc. I can't blame her for that. Maybe we all did the same thing. I'm pretty sure all of us did a lot of things like that back then too. But it is what it is. It's time that like we understand that. But aside from that, yeah, I mean, like, nothing much really happened in this episode except the confession with Haruto making, but gets downright rejected, and Eita tries to help Natsumi out because, like, she's in more pain, mental pain than he is, but he might be in mental pain too because he had a crush on her because of her awkwardness. I don't know, but yeah, love hurts really bad. It's like gravity, etc., but it hits you hard and then you fall down, but you just get back up. So, I don't know what's really bound to happen next after Haruto got rejected by Morikawa, but we'll have to figure it out from here on out. So, until then, I'll see you guys in my next video. So, I'm Alpha Zoro, people. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Doo-doo-doo!